What's up, G Hefe Squad? You know who it is, your host with the most with another one, G Hefe. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things that I really don't like about owning a motorcycle. Y'all know I'll be hype on it, but I just really want to go into that and give y'all some things to think about when you go into your ownership lane and all of that. Alright, so let's hop right into it. As you see, I'm loading my bag up right here, putting my stuff in, making sure I got everything what I need to make this move I'm about to make. And that's number one is going to be you can't carry a lot of stuff with you when you're out on these streets. You keep it light, you know. Hey, that's just how the game go. You could with the saddlebags. I got a bag that's on just fits with the where the passengers sit, but then there's no passenger could ride with me. Or you could like get the saddlebags that go on the side of the bike. That's not my style, so to speak, but everybody got their own wave. But either way, that was the first one jumping on. See, I even put my phone up here to make it easier to get access, but other than that, I'm out. Gotta stay light when you're on the bike. That's number one. Number two, hey, it could have been number one. It was just I was putting. It should have been number one. I was just putting my bag, stuff in my bag. Number number two is that you could get taken out by accident at any time. I'm not laughing. It's just I'm just laughing at. I'm thinking like, oh, I didn't even think about that off of the rip. But yeah, well, as you can see, like with the cars right here, and sometimes you see me bust a move right there doing what I'm doing. You know, don't do what I do, cause like that's the number two is you can get taken out by accident at any time. So be comfortable in your moves as a biker. Definitely when I started out, I wasn't maneuvering like this, and I'm learned to ride in Washington D.C. So I don't know if you ever driven out here, but people aren't the. You got people from so many different places out here that it's not like a synced up driving style. That's how I'm gonna put it mildly. So that's number two. You could get taken out. You can get taken out from a car accident. I mean, excuse me. You can get taken out just by being in an accident with a car. Number three, and that kind of tie into number two, but you never know what another car going to do. So you really gotta not even just off the anything. You really got look at like these cage vehicles, and you hey, you gotta be kind of like when I'm in a car, I still, cause I like to think of myself as an aware driver when I'm in a car. But definitely when I'm on a bike, you see my head be swiveling. Like y'all probably heard it in other videos where I be saying, keep your head on the swivel, keep looking around. That's just how it is when you're riding. So that's another thing. Since you never know what another car is gonna do, you gotta be like in steady preparedness mode. I don't even know if that's a word. Y'all fact check that one on me. The waiting at the lights. See, when you stuck at a light, like I'm gonna speed this up for y'all, cause that's how it be. One, you see, like when you waiting at a light, you gotta choose. See, I chose to put mine in neutral. That's cause I had to hop on the phone and I was looking to send this message. But if you riding and you on the lights, do you decide to keep your clutch in and keep it in gear, such as first, second gear, or do you just put it in neutral and take your hand off the clutch? Now, of course, if you need to maneuver quicker, it's going to take you a little bit more seconds to drop your like remember number three was you don't know what these cars is doing out here. So if something was to happen, and you got to drop it into gear, then get out of there. Versus if you kept it on the clutch the whole time, you could have just bust your move and avoided number two, which everybody remember what number two is. Not number two like that. Number two like you could get taken out from an accident. Alright. Now you see how I be on my phone like this. This the next one. After you got waiting on the lights and the neutral. This number five. Number five is lack of cell phone use. Now I got some people I know, wild riders, and they've been riding for like over a decade worth of riding experience. I ain't there yet, and I don't even know if I would do it if I was there. That's just not my style. Even in the car, I've been funny. I'm funny. I don't even be texting in the car though. So I was already like way before. I just was like that. Like it ain't really that important for the most part. I could get there and if I'm on a super long ride, I'm like if I'm in a car and I'm on a super long drive, I just call if I can't text, and then I can do the Bluetooth. That don't make no sense if the text is that. Otherwise, I'm gonna get to you when I get right back to you, cause I'm in the city, so everything kind of quick. It's within like 15, 20 minutes. But that's the point of this lack of cell phone use even more. So for me, it's still a negative for the rest of the people because I know they be on their phones whenever they gotta be mobile. You see, it was morning I was sending that text message, so I had to do all of that. But for the most part, it ain't really that crazy for me because I don't even really be on the phone when I'm driving. Uh, all right, number six is lack of visibility on a bike, especially when you're on your helmet. Like this view right here, you good. You see all of that. But see how I bust to the side like that? It's a little sometimes depending on what you helmet. Like if you got the full helmet on, your visibility could be a little less than if you had like one of them half helmets on. So that's something to think about is just your visibility. Like especially for me, it's important that I be checking my blind spot super crazy. Again, that's just my style. That's how I was when I was in the cars all crazy too though, cause I want to be like a race car driver. So that's just how I learned to like drive. Like definitely be aware. It's not aggressive, like offensive. There is that element, but it's not aggressive. But like even you see me passing this person right here, it is being on that now. You and just making sure your visibility because, like I said, lack of visibility, especially depending on what kind of helmet you have, can impact you. All right, number seven. This was a different one. This number seven, like I got this from going into one of those stores. I'm not gonna say the name all crazy, but anyway, I got this from I was going into their parking garage, and not their parking garage, like their parking lot, and it's like one of the ones with the parking stands, and you got the arm, the parking arm will come up for people to drive through. But because my bike, the weight wasn't registering, I couldn't get through. So the attendant had to call the attendant, and there was some more stuff. So just sometimes that can happen. That's annoying. That's a thing. Like that's annoying. Anyway, so now I just go around the other way and just drive in between the parking things. So that's to come up with a bike that you can maneuver like that to make it. It actually ended up making my life super easier that I don't even have to deal with like all the other cars. But in the short run, that was annoying. So that'll tie into number eight, like when you be stuck at the traffic light sometimes, and then the light don't turn, like if it's a weighted light, because it can't feel, I guess you're there. So it'll skip, it'll rotate. I can't tell you what to do in them situations, but for me, I gotta do what I gotta do sometimes, because I be waiting for it to lapse, like, and nothing's happening. So yeah, number eight, getting stuck at the traffic lights, that's super lame. Number nine, the weather conditions. You see today the road look good. That's a decent road. It's not the super sunniest of day, but still a decent road. You want to know like, oh man, what's the weather gonna be like? That's important because that can definitely, depending on what your riding experience. Like me, as long as it's not ice on the ground, I'm out there. But otherwise, I know everybody don't ride that way. So and still the weather conditions be that's definitely something that impacts ownership and riding and all of that. And then the number 10, this is like the I guess the number the one of the wildest ones, but it tied back in number two about the accidents. But when people be like, "Oh man, I never get a bike," and then they give you some horror story, and it's no, it's like that expects to that person that was a rider out here. But I'm looking to keep my energies in the good vibes, and hey, I can't really choose otherwise how I'm gonna go anyway. So, hey, let me enjoy it versus that's just like a Debbie Downer or that's just like a what I mean. That's just like a somebody just coming raining on your parade super quick. And I don't even think people think about it because it's just a quick second for them. But I do hear that kind of frequently. Put that good energy and be like, man, you're a good rider, bro. Keep your, you know what I mean. But definitely, that what you're doing out there and how you riding and be safe, and that's on you for sure. Like I've been in multiple car accidents and somebody hit my bike. It's just definitely, you got to be aware out there what you're doing. It's like, because the moments are so quick, it can seem like fun and games, but so I get where they coming from, and it's usually there's a place of care and everything, but for me, that's not the biggest thing I want to hear when somebody. That's what I'm saying in a car or a plane or any mode of transportation. But I get it because of the brutality associated with it. But those are my 10 things. I'm gonna give y'all 10 good ones too. Or why I like it, just to balance it back out. But yeah, that's it for the squad. Hope you enjoyed the video, learned a little bit more of the motorcycle life. Be sure to tune in, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think, what y'all questions y'all got about motorcycles and all of that. And I get with you